It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Bruins will boot it away to start the game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Moore to the air. Using the quick game. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun. Give on the inside. Runs through the tackle. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Making side adjustments here. Out of the gun, the inside give. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
And the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Now he's looking to throw it. Under fire. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, take everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the defense, they've got got him at the 27.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
The Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
On that RPO play, I don't hate the decision by the quarterback not to hand it off and throw it deep down the field. I just don't like the throw. Not an accurate throw. He never got his feet back underneath him after riding the running back and not handing it off. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals to hit that throw because that play was there to be made.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On the ground, it's Thomas. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give on the inside. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Calls his own number. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Bruins decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. A low line drive and not his best work. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll move the tight end. The RPO, it's complete. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The Ducks have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
And the Ducks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. They do it there.
Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Moore will throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
That's one of the reasons I love this linebacker, man. He can rush the passer. He does a great job timing his blitz, and with that speed, he's able to get home quickly.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Out of the backfield, he's open. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Trying to get it to the marker. The Ducks get it past the sticks.
Fourth and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone, on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
The Ducks are on the move.
Here we go.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll give it to him again. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. To the ground with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Moore to the air. Throwing right. He makes the catch. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not...
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Dances away to buy time. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To throw, it's Iamaleava. Pocket breaking down. Finds his man. It's Thomas. Strong, firm tackle.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. He wants to go deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Pulls it, fired complete. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And the Ducks will move the sticks with the first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
Might be calling a hot route. Moore will throw. The short hands, it's Green. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He has the first and still on his feet. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
You you know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, they're after him. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Flips it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Under fire. Pressure's there and he lets it go. He'll just throw it away and it'll be 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Did he call bank on that one? Off the left upright and good. And now the lead is even bigger. He'll bring it out. It's Lawson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Quickly to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Makes the grab. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the 1st.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Now on 1st down from the 30. On the run, it's Thomas. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Fires to the big fella. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Well, they've done nothing on offense so far, but if they can put some points on the board before halftime, it could really change things.
No doubt. Go into the locker room with some good juices, some good vibes, and momentum can switch a game in a heartbeat. But this offense hasn't had much to cheer about yet. That play gives them one play. Now let's go build on it and make something happen before the half.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Oh, the receiver is going to hate watching film and watching that play back, because that was a touchdown, and he dropped it.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Here comes the heat. Quickly out to the tight end. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the Bruins with the 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Shoots it to the left. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down.
Come on, receiver. You can make that play. You do it all the time in practice. Don't come out here on game day and start getting big eyes under the big lights. You got to make that catch.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Complete. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. The offense changing the play. Moore to the air. Here's the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. looking downfield on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Lawson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Back to pass, it's Iamaleava. The short hands, it's Thomas. Breaks into the open. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Rides to back and leaves it. Makes it past the marker. Off to the races. At the 20. Touchdown, Bruins. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Florida State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Seminoles ever do that? Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The give from the gun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Might be changing the route. Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Snap to the back. Runs through a tackle. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
And when you're in plus territory on 4th and 1, I don't think the quarterback was ever thinking about coming off the field.
I wouldn't be surprised if the QB convinced the coach to go ahead and do it from the way it looked.
100%. That's coach. We got this. Absolutely. We want more points. We got to go for it. I believe in my guys. The players always try to go for it.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. This time they'll go to the running game. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
When I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now, the nice lead here late in the third quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
Moore to the air. Rushes on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
And the Ducks need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be 4th down and decision time. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. He splits the uprights. That'll make it a 2-score game at 16-7.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Power football with the run. Picks up the first down, still moving. At midfield, he's got room. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. We saw it on that last play.
Here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
To the air, it's Iamaleava. Quick completion on the out route. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they're going to have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
Lets it fly. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, UCLA. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Moore will throw. Here's the pressure. That's reeled in, it's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
They'll go back to the ground. Makes his man miss. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. Turning it on! And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of...
The extra point is blocked. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Moran. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. They get to him as he throws. Makes a connection. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, no question. They've got to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion here. But that's a good start to this 2-minute drive. You always want to get it going. You want to get that momentum going, put the defense on their heels. They accomplished that with the last throw.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, there's an example of how this tight end can be a big weapon in the passing game. That time on the corner route. Does a nice job separating from the defender and hauling in the catch.
The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. From the shotgun, the inside give. Gets it past the marker. There he goes. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. It's complete to the right. And they will score. Touchdown, Bruins.
Defenses at some point are going to have to figure out how to slow this guy down because he already has 3 receiving touchdowns. We're only 4 games into the season. Nobody has an answer for this guy.
After the score, they need this two-point conversion to tie. Gets it out fast. He is denied. Stopped short of the goal line, trying to tie the game, and he will not get the two-point conversion. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wants to change this route. Moore to the air. Makes the grab. It's Moore. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Tight end now in motion. The give as they work on that clock. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Second down, he'll throw it. That's caught. It's Moore. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proved it. Like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early in the season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to point back to. Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive today.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Might as well give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Ducks will try to run out the clock in the final minute. They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. He'll ride his man on the option. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Fires to the tight end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Grab near the marker, it's Thomas. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews. Good job running that route to get past the sticks, because he got nothing after the catch.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver. So you got to...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.